I just see the importance of leadership. I mean, you look at just at the success of our nation from its founding fathers all the way up to the last 30 or 40 years, we've had some great leaders in our country. And one of the things that really concerns me, though, is that are we really investing in leadership at an early age?
It just was so clear to me that everything I'd done in my life brought me to this point. I mean, the travels I had done, having been prior enlisted in the Army, having been a teacher, as a certified math teacher, I had been a counselor, and everything seemed to add up to this was the right place, and this is where God put me to do His work.
I first learned about ROTC 8th grade year at McCullough when the ROTC group came in to our lunches and started telling us a little bit more about the program, and they brought the rifle with them that we used for marksmanship, and I kind of wanted to join the team, so I thought I'd give ROTC a shot. And I also wanted to join the military, so I thought this would be a good kind of idea for how it might be like.
We get kids that come in who are thinking about enlisting in the military and they want that kind of experience and background. Others that are thinking about going on to ROTC or academy appointments and want to build on, for that. But others that just want to belong to something. And I think that's probably the greatest thing we see in junior ROTC, really the power of it, is that, a student comes into high school and it can be pretty overwhelming, especially in a big school. And with what we know in education is that students that belong to something are going to do better, through the higher graduation rates, higher academic performance, than those that don't belong to something.
These past 4 years, I've gained a family. I've had people to do things with on the weekend. I have people to share things with, people to go to if I'm struggling with anything. And then I also get to be involved in these amazing programs as well as marksmanship, for instance, and physical training and orienteering and Kitty Hawk. And it's just great to be involved in something and feel like you're a part.
What inspired us to start this foundation is when my daughter came back from a competition and saw the differences that she had compared to what other programs had. And we felt like that there has to be a better way for us to be able to equip and to allow for these other programs to compete at the same level.
We were setting up for a first position and we noticed that the other schools didn't have slings, which are one of the basic necessities that you have for the prone and kneeling positions. So when they had to borrow the slings from us and other items like pellets, it made me, kind of sad that they couldn't have the basic necessities and they were struggling as a program.
So we just noticed that there was a big disparity in the equipment they had. And then because of the disparity, we also noticed there was a big difference in the results of their competition, but also in the confidence level too. It was a very obvious thing when you look at and go to these competitions, whether it's in marksmanship or whether it's drill team or whether it's in physical training or orienteering or whether it's in the Kitty Hawk, the academic program. We noticed that if they do not have the right equipment or the right training, you can definitely see a big difference in the way that they execute and the way that they compete at all levels.
What I like to say is where we really have the power, where we really make a difference in a student's life, it comes after school is over. I would love to tell you that I make a difference in kids' lives because of my wonderful lectures, but I really don't think that's the truth. I think where we connect with the kids are in the extracurricular things that we're doing. I like to say our job really begins when the end of the school bell rings, because that's where the kids see us putting in the extra time and effort, taking them on trips. The marksmanship teams, the competitive teams, the drill teams, the physical training teams that come in after school. And the military balls and the paintball trips and all those activities are where the kids get engaged. They find out, they get to know us as people, and then we use that as also as motivation and incentive.
And so it really got to me thinking: is it possible? Is it possible for us to be able to raise up enough funds and be able to invest in these programs? But the real question, though, is that the health of the cadet, the health of the individual is going to be predicated upon the health of the program.
From when I first started teaching junior ROTC 14 years ago, I think we've seen our budgets cut about 80%. Of course, school districts are always under financial stress to keep their budgets low.
Once we got the inspiration from our daughter, we knew that we needed to do something. And so we were able to put together a great leadership team for the foundation.
This foundation can help underfunded ROTC programs get on their feet and start new programs, as well as help create new ROTC programs and help them out and give students a chance to feel like they're a part of something bigger.
Well, I think if you want to do those extra things, that's where that all takes money. I mean, you know, the Air Force gives us, you know, supplies the uniforms, supplies the textbooks, but if you want to do any of the extra trips, you know, the stuff that the kids come back and say, wow, that was the greatest thing that ever happened, that takes money.
Some of our goals for 2014, 2015 are to help cadets go to a summer leadership school, and that program really can impact their lives. And so our goal would be to send 300 cadets to a summer leadership school.
Junior ROTC Foundation. Invest in me.